I feel like I'm always in a triangle with Shakira. I think at this point, like, Shakira just thinks I'm trying to piss her off.
Yeah, I do.
I think we just have the same type. That's the fucking problem, to be honest.
We did have a kiss.
Hey, you and Shakira? She literally said she was going to beat me.
Oh.
Part of me wants to be happy for Billykiss to say she's finally found a person, because I expected her to couple up with Cash, and sadly Cash is gone to Toni. I expected Jamie, and it seems Jamie has gone for Yazmin, so she's only left with Boris. So after seeing the clip I saw of Boris saying that he's already been on a dating show, I am side-eyeing him, and I really hope he means what he says and he's not there to play games, because I would be very disappointed if he were to play with Billykiss. And then I love this for Toni and Shakira, that they finally found someone who really likes them for them, and I hope it works, because it would really be sad if these guys were just using them to stay in the villa. And I'm worried for Shakira, really. If I were a family member, I would be very worried. Because how is a grown woman continuing to stalk her like this? What is it in particular about her that, makes Helena feel the way she does? For her to lie and say we share the same taste in men, no, I don't think so. I think she's envious. I think she's jealous. I think she's a stalker. I think there's a bit of bullying going on there. So I really am not buying it, and I really feel sorry for poor Shakira. And Dejon, I'm not buying the whole my Meg, I'm being respectful. You're not respectful. If you could speak to Billykiss like that, then respect goes out the window. And also the audacity for Meg to suddenly have this epiphany. I'm not buying the epiphany. I feel like she's listening because it's guys that are telling her that this man is playing you. Because when the girls were telling her this, she wasn't ready to listen. So I'm not buying this nonsense. Anyway, hey there. Thanks for stopping by. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island UK, Season 12, Episode 30. These boys are really like dogs in heat. They're kissing every single thing with lips on it. It's amazing. You have Tommy sitting with Lucy. He's saying this is the best he's felt in a couple. Obviously, he's in a couple with Emily. He's been in a couple with Emily for a week, but he says this actually feels better, and she's the only girl he wants to get to know. If that makes him happy, good for him. Harry is with Rio. Harry seems more contented. I think the only person thus far who's brought the crazy side out of him is Helena, and I think it's more about sexual tension. And he is saying, because Rio brought it up that, I'm not worried about Emma, it's more, Helena, because you've got this undeniable thing. And he went, it can be deniable, which means that Harry is really not feeling Helena like that. He's only doing it for the attention. He said she's the one he's most attracted to. Rio, so he's happy to share a bed with Rio, and when the lights went out, he was busy. Gio and Yaz, they seem just very contented. They seem at peace. They kissed as well, and it's like, have the producers told everybody, now it's time to kiss, appear happy, kiss? There should be more conversations than kisses anyway. Harrison and Lauren. Harrison is bringing back Lauren. There's no two ways about that. He is bringing back Lauren, as far as I'm concerned, because he has done everything but show her that he wants to bring her. He's constantly touching her, he's constantly kissing her. So hopefully he brings her back. I'm happy that Toni seems to have found someone, so good for him. Toni was chatting with Cash. She was flirting with him, actually. They seem very cute together. They were talking about the fact that, she was sort of saying you're trouble, and he was asking, what do you mean I'm trouble? And it's like, I like their banter, I like how cute they are. He sort of told her the truth that you need to break it off with Harrison without telling her every single thing. And if Toni is smart, she will take it on board and listen to it, and rather stay with Cash until the very end, because, he's a social media influencer already, so he's got his own fan base, so that will keep her in longer than Harrison. At least she won't live with a broken heart if she continues. They spoke about, the egg gate and her breaking up with him on the terrace and stuff. That was really cute. She asked him, what sort of woman are you looking for? And he said, you want someone who's emotionally and socially intelligent. I'd never heard of social intelligence, but that makes sense. That makes sense. I like them as a couple. I think they're the cutest ever, so good for them. Meg was having a conversation with Martin. I didn't see that coming, because Martin is one of the younger guys. I think he's 23, and he asked her, on a night out, would you give me the time of day if I were to stop you? And she said yes, she would. She normally looks at someone's eyes, and it's like, this thing about eyes, what are we looking for? Are we looking for evil eyes, or are we looking for an eye color? Which is it? Then she changed it. She said, oh, I look at a person's aura. She was asked about Dejon. She said, I don't trust him. I think he's been telling me what I want to hear. Well, she needs to start an apology tour by going to Billykiss and apologizing because Billykiss tried to warn her, but she didn't listen. Helena decided to go for Ty because she saw Shakira talking to Ty. And the audacity for a 29-year-old who's almost 30, someone to say, myself and someone who's 7 years younger than I, we have the same taste in men. How? She has taste in men her age and maybe slightly older. You are going backwards to look for someone, like you're running a preschool or something. I just found that strange. I really did. Dejon, Tom, and Harry. I don't understand why they always involve Tommy when they know Tommy is going to bring back the gossip to the girls. So they were talking about Harry saying that his head is going to be turned by Rio. He seems very calm and very laid back with Rio. Rio, I think, is sort of on same par with Emma and Shakira. They sort of somehow ground him. And as soon as they let go, then the likes of Helena step in and, Harry comes out. For Dejon to agree with that and say, I can see that she brings out this side of you, blah, blah. And it's like, Dejon, were you not the same person who was pushing him to leave Shakira? Now you're accepting that he should move on with Rio. Which is it? Is it because you don't want your friend in a stable couple? Or are you just saying whatever you feel the people around you want you to say? Make it make sense? Ben and Andrada, they agreed to share a bed after the debacle of the previous night. And they also said they would kiss in bed. I think Andrada, if she's smart, she's better off staying with Ben. Because at the end of the day, Dejon is selling her lies. And so if she wants to be sold lies, then good for her. But if she wants someone who's genuinely looking for a connection, then she'd better go to Ben. That's just my opinion. Yes, it might not last, but at least she's better off going with Ben. In bed, I was pleasantly surprised. Harrison was busy making out, not a surprise. Tommy was busy making out, not a surprise because he had promised that he was going to do that. Connor and Emma have been very peaceful. I think they're doing very well. And I think Connor is going to bring her, so I'm not surprised about that. Gio and Yaz crack me up. They always pull up their duvet and only the two of them know what they're doing. And Dejon, the audacity to sleep outside and try to be the good guy. Okay, if that works for you. So in the morning, the islanders wake up, there's chat about the night, how did you sleep, normal Love Island routine, and then everybody gets up and the boys go and make the coffees while the girls are getting ready. Before they leave the bed, you have Helena insist to Ty that you need to make me a coffee. And it's like, it's not that deep. It's not a must for him to make you a coffee. Some people only make coffees for the person they're interested in. Do you think maybe he's not interested in you? That's why you're worried that he won't make you the coffee. Make it make sense? Anyway, you then have the clique go and sit by the day beds. They're having a conversation. Helena is saying, Shakira was upset last night because I asked Ty to share a bed with me. I don't understand why she was upset. And it's like, how would you feel every time you coupled up with someone, somebody else was trying to steal that person from you? Or every time you try to sort of to wear something, somebody else is trying to wear exactly the same thing. Make it make sense. I don't get it. I am very confused. I don't know why you feel the need to constantly go after what Shakira has. If I were a member of Shakira's family, I would be worried. I really would be, because it's gone from being something that you can ignore to something that's concerning. You don't know whether it's jealousy, whether envy, jealousy are the same thing. You don't know whether it's stalking. You don't know whether it's bullying. It leaves a lot of questions, and it leaves a bad taste in the mouth, whereby someone is constantly going after the same person. Why is she not going after her own clique's clothes? Why is she not going after guys that are with anybody else? She's strictly going after Shakira for a reason, which we all are pretending to ignore, but we all know why. Anyway, you have Meg saying that, she's in this space whereby this is her time to be tested. She doesn't trust everything Dejon has been telling her. So she thinks this is her opportunity to explore and see if what she has with Dejon is stronger than what she might have with any of the guys. Emily is busy talking about the fact that, I feel like, Tommy and I are in the strongest place. He's my best connection. I don't feel anything with anyone in here. And it's like, oh, girl, you better feel something, because Tony is busy. He's busy with Lucy, so you're in for a rude awakening if you're not careful. And so you have at that moment Ty bring the coffee. Helena's excited. She's got the coffee, obviously. That shows he's interested in her. After giving her the coffee, Ty goes and pulls Shakira for a chat. And they're just talking at the fire pit because it seems because they come from the same place, they come from up north, they enjoy talking to one another. They can hear a familiar accent. It makes it feel like home. Ty was saying, he wants to spend most of his time speaking to Shakira. Shakira is open to that. And then Helena has the audacity to say to Emily, oh, I feel like going to pull Ty. And it's like, seriously, you spent the whole night with him. Allow Shakira to talk to him just for a few minutes. And she took her hot bottom to where Shakira and Ty were because they had moved from the fire pit to the pool. Oh, can I pull you for a chat? So he went for a chat. And seeing this, I think Toni felt bad for Shakira. So she went and pulled Shakira. They went to the fire pit. And they were having a conversation with Shakira. And then for Helena to be asking, so, how do you feel about our connection? What do you think about Shakira? That has nothing to do with Ty. You pull Ty for a chat, speak to Ty about you, see if there's anything there. If nothing, please allow other people to enjoy themselves in this villa. This is not Helen Island, and it's not Helena Island for the right reasons. Toni then asked, what happened? Why is he chatting to Helena? And she went, oh, Helena came and pulled him from me, and, there was nothing I could do. And it's like, it's a game to her. It really is a game because when Shakira had Harry, she went all guns blazing for Harry and said that she and Harry had this undeniable chemistry. Now Shakira is trying to explode somebody new because it's, there's fresh meat in the pond. She's coming again for that person, and it's like, why? What is it? Every time she holds something, you have to want it. Make it make sense. I love that Toni was encouraging, and she encouraged her to when Shakira said, I feel like going to pull him. So Toni said, go. And she went and she pulled him for a chat, and she went, sharing is caring, so it is what it is. Helena then goes to report to Meg, and the audacity for Meg to say, why is she saying that, she shouldn't be childish? And it's like, seriously, your mate is the one who did it first. Now suddenly it's been done to her. It's now a crime. When your mate was doing it, why didn't you stop her? Why did you not stop her? You have Harry and Rio. They're having a conversation about whether she's going to be able to turn his head. I love their flirty banter. I love the fact that Harry sort of settles down. Yes, he did bring out, hey, you minx, but still it wasn't very vulgar as it is normally with Helena. So I like that she's able to bring out that side of him. It seems every other girl outside of Helena is able to bring the more mature, sort of caring guy out of Harry. And then Toni and Cash. Cash, I wanted him to couple up with Billykiss. We still haven't seen Billykiss. It's almost 30 minutes into the episode. And so they were, they were flirting. Toni said he brings out the flirty side of her, whereas Harrison brings out the comfortable side. I find that Toni, her sort of lover girl side comes out with Cash. She's giddy, she's giggly, she's bubbly. So I love him for her. Yes, I would have loved him for Billykiss, but if that's not going to work, then I'll prefer he be with Toni or with Shakira. I don't want him to be with a clique at the end of the day. So you have Meg and Emily have a conversation. I think this epiphany is a bit too convenient. I feel like it's something that has come out of her conversations with the Casa boys. The Casa boys must have told her that this man is playing you because she's refused to consistently listen to the girls when the girls have tried to tell her that Dejon is playing her. So the idea that suddenly she's having this epiphany whereby she doesn't believe anything he tells her and, he doesn't mean what he's telling her and all he does is label her my Meg. I'm not buying it. It's too convenient because had nobody else tried to warn her, then I would say yes. But the fact that the girls tried to warn her and instead of listening to the girls, she actually attacked the girls and had a lot of bite towards the girls. She would need to go on an apology tour. I'm sorry. She would need to go on an apology tour for me to sort of take into consideration anything to do with her and Dejon. You reap what you sow. She made her bed. She needs to lay in it. Mad thorns, everything within that bed. She has to deal with it because the girls Malisha tried to warn her, she didn't listen. Yasmin and Toni tried to warn her, she didn't listen. Billykiss tried to warn her, she didn't listen. And she had a lot of smoke for Billykiss and called her out of her name and everything. And they were saying that nothing could break them. So what's happened now? What's happened? Why suddenly is something about to break the two of you? I'm not buying that nonsense, and I'm not buying the crocodile tears, sadly. You had Jamie have a conversation with Yasmin. They shared a bed. Apparently, they had a lot of cuddles. Yasmin is a very free spirit. She's always up to anything just to try it. She'll try something once and see if it works. If it doesn't, then she'll keep it stepping. So the idea that she's happy in this couple, she did say that her couple with Gio was just a friendship couple and she really didn't feel anything with him. So she's happy that she's got someone where it seems there is the physical attraction, and she's happy to sort of share a space with him. She's happy to kiss and cuddle. Hey, good for her. Emma and Connor really are one of the cutest couples that's coming out of Casa. I think Connor has had the opportunity to explore a number of connections in the villa. If he doesn't live with a connection, then that's him. But at the end of the day, I prefer Emma as compared to any other person that he's been with outside of Toni, because Emma seems emotionally and socially intelligent. She seems like she's a very caring person and a very understanding person, and she's very mature. So I love this for Connor. They spoke about the number of kids that they want. She wants 3 because she was one of 3. Connor wants 4. He was an only child and it's just him and his mum. And so they spoke about moving to London because she did ask him, would you move to London? And he said he would. So I love that for him. I really do. Shakira and Toni had a conversation. Toni's on cloud 9. Whatever cash she's selling, she's receiving it. She really is receiving it. And she's so giddy. She's so excited. It's nice to see. They tried to compare with Harrison and Toni said she got the butterflies. She's never got butterflies with anyone else. So I love this for her. I really do. And I hope it works out for her because she deserves it. She's been through a lot and she deserves at least to find peace. We had Billykiss and Boris go to the terrace. I know some people were celebrating Billykiss and Boris, but my concern is this. Apparently, I've seen online that he was on another reality show in Slovenia. So now my question is he with Billykiss because he thinks that she's very popular and she will get him a lot of airtime, or is he with Billykiss because he really likes her? Because I think at the start he was talking to, when he first walked in, I think in the previous episode, he was talking to Meg, if I'm not mistaken, or Shakira. So I'm surprised that he's now decided to sort of focus on Billykiss, and I hope he's genuine because I really wanted Cash to be with Billykiss, but sadly that didn't align. It seems Jamie has decided to sort of couple up with Yasmin. Good for him. All I want is for Billykiss to find someone. That's all I want. I wanted to find someone, and if that person is Boris who can get her to the finale, then amazing. But they make a cute couple. They really do. You have Meg going to the changing room because previously she was crying. So she goes with Helena and she's complaining about Dejon. And it's like, we've heard enough. I don't know who will empathize with her because I don't have empathy. If someone has empathy to spare, empathize with her, because now she's saying, oh, she's seen the light. She hasn't seen the light. She hasn't. Someone has told her, stop being an idiot. And now she's realized that she's actually being an idiot. Or maybe the guys haven't paid her the attention that she's wanted. And she's realized, and they've told her why they're not paying her attention. And this is why she's suddenly thinking, oh, maybe I need to open my eyes and explore. And I don't think even if she breaks it off with Dejon, she'll find someone that will like her the way she likes them. She's trying to make us believe that she really likes Dejon. Okay. If that's it, amazing for her. But sadly, she missed the boat. She lost a lot of empathy with a lot of fans when she attacked the girls, when they tried to warn her that this man is playing you. So you have the Islanders getting ready. Obviously, the Villa girls. Toni is glowing. She's glowing. Everyone is teasing her about Cash. And it's like, Toni, you know that Helena's in the room and she doesn't want to see anyone else happy. Why would you tell everyone that you're enjoying your time with this person and you're really having a great time? Because next thing, she's going to start making a move on him. I can promise you that. She's going to start making a move on him and then you're stuck. You have Dejon in Casa. He's moaning that he misses Meg and he misses his Meg. And it's like, so why not ask to go back then if you miss your Meg? Why not ask to go back? I think he's saying this because he knows it's going to be played on movie night, so he wants it to seem as though he didn't pay any attention to anyone because he really missed Meg. Do I think he misses Meg like that? I don't think so. Harry is asked by Andrada that, do you miss Helena? And he went, not as much as I thought I would. And it's like, because he knows it's just a sexual thing, there's nothing serious between him and Helena, otherwise you would miss her. And then you had this conversation between Jamie and Yazmin. They really seem to like each other. They really seem cute. They did make out. And I love that he brings out a different side of Yazmin. Yes, she's still LGBT, but at least she's more reserved. The fact that, he said you're a good kisser and she said, I know. So she commented the same and he said, I know as well. They get each other's banter and they're not easily offended by what the other person does. So they do make a cute couple. I can see them recoupling. Boris and Billykiss having a conversation. It's really sad because it seems none of the guys have had Billykiss as their number one. Because during the chat you have Billykiss say, does this mean that I'm your number one? And he's sort of saying to her, yes, you're going up the ranks very quickly. And it's like, so what is it that these guys don't see about Billykiss? I would have thought people like Martin, people like Jamie, even Cash would be more attracted to Billykiss. So the idea that they're all sort of bypassing her and going for anybody else, for all the other girls, doesn't make sense. Are they doing that because they feel like they will get more airtime with them? Or are they doing it because they are not attracted to someone who looks like Billykiss? Anyway, Billykiss and Boris kissed. I'm still a bit skeptical of Boris because of the fact that apparently he's been on a show in Slovenia that's very popular about farming. So I don't know whether I trust his intentions with her. I hope he is genuine. Toni and Emily, that conversation came out of left field. I've never seen those two people speak, or we rarely see them speak. So the idea that you have Emily confiding in Toni doesn't make sense. Is it because Meg is crying and she doesn't want to speak to anyone and she doesn't want to be on camera and Helena's consoling her? That conversation took me out of the blue. And so you have Emily saying she trusts, Tommy, he's not doing anything, he won't do anything, he has very good morals and values, and she's seen how he carries himself. In Casa, you have Tommy sitting there with Lucy arm in arm, and it's like, well, she's in for a rude awakening. Let movie night come, then she'll realize what he's been up to, and she'll realize that maybe he's not as into you as you think he is. Maybe he's just not as into you as you think he is. Tommy is having an amazing time in Casa. He is having an amazing time. The way he looks, I think he can't believe the fact that he's managed to land a girl that looks as beautiful as Lucy. This is why he's so smitten. You had Ben with Andrada. Ben and Andrada, for me, make a cute couple because she is able to sort of be in a conversation with him without making him look foolish or without making him feel dumb, and he seems to like that. They do flirt quite a bit, so I love that for him, and I can see them working as a couple. I can't see them as working as a couple if Dejon doesn't sort of step into that. Rio and Harry, they're another couple as well that seemed very sweet and very cute. I love them together. I think they make a cute pair. And so I don't know. I wish Harry would couple up with anyone outside of Helena. And I have a feeling, if nothing else, is going to bring back Rio, because it seems Rio is good for him. And I don't know whether he's had conversations with Emily and she's told him that you're better off sort of swapping partners. That might be a good idea for him, in my opinion. Gio and Diaz, they're very cute. They're very cutesy. It's the first time I've seen, Gio constantly kissing on a girl and constantly staring her down. So I think he likes her. I think there's sexual attraction there. Everyone was shocked when they saw them kissing because I don't think anyone expected them to do that because they've always been kissing, but they've always been kissing under the duvet. So for them to do it in the line of vision of everyone was shocking. Dejon was flirting with Andrada and he's saying to Andrada, I hope you come back to the villa so that I can continue to get to know you. And it's like his plan is for Andrada to come back to the villa, see if Meg is coupled. If Meg is coupled with someone, then he will go guns blazing for Andrada. If Meg isn't coupled, then he'll go back and say, my Meg, my Meg, my Meg. And Andrada, I think on that, she can sort of pick up that this is what he's trying to sell her. And I have a feeling she's going to go along so that she can come to the villa. Because if there's any of the girls that I think are guaranteed a place in the villa, it's Andrada, Lucy, and Emma. The other 2, 3, I don't know, but those 3 girls, I have a feeling they're coming. It's just a matter of who's bringing them. Oh, and yes is coming with Gio. Gio's gone, so she is definitely coming with Gio. Shakira and Ty go for a conversation. Shakira is smitten. She really likes Ty. I don't know whether it's because they're both Northerners or whether there's this sexual attraction, or maybe he comes across as intelligent, because this is one of the things that she struggled with the guys in the villa, because she felt like they weren't, there wasn't the substance to sort of challenge her intellectually, to sort of make her feel attracted to someone outside of Harry. So I'm happy that she's found her person and she's found someone who makes her feel the way she does. Helena was just talking in the background. I think she was waiting for opportunity to pull him. Toni went to the fire pit with Cach. They really looked cute as well. They did share another kiss. I like it for Toni. I like that she has someone who makes her feel giddy. I like that she has someone who brings out this side of her, because we haven't got to see it from all the couples she's been. For Helena to pull Ty for a chat and then say that, to open her bottom and top lip and say, oh, Shakira thinks it's a competition, but it's not a competition. It's just that her taste and my taste are the same. No, it's not. Why did she not like Ben then romantically if their taste is the same? Why? Because she's always wanted. Shakira didn't have anything to do with Harrison. What does she mean that their taste is the same? She is jealous and envious, and so she's always going to go after anything that these girls go after. So the idea that suddenly it's a coincidence that she wants the same guy as them, I'm not buying it. I really am not buying it. I think with Ty, he's getting a kick out of being in the middle, because he knows it's going to give him airtime. This is why he's enjoying the fact that he has two girls sort of going back and forth for him. I don't think it's a good look. I wish he would have shut things down. Yes, he did tell Helena that, she kissed him, they kissed, and Helena was saying, oh, she thinks it's a competition. It's no competition. And it's like, you are making it into a competitive sport. You took the guy she was in a couple with because you said there was an undeniable attraction there. So what are you now doing with this new guy? Why can't you leave her and allow her to enjoy herself with just one person, instead of constantly going after every single person that she goes after? I don't know. Helena, yes, she's 29, but I don't think she's that mature enough to realize some of the things that she says and does. Megan went for a chat. What do I think? She went for a chat with Martin, and she was saying Martin is the only guy at the moment that she can see herself chatting to. He asked if she wanted to share a bed. She said yes, because the night before she hadn't shared a bed with anyone. I think she's just going through the motions. She said she will share a bed with him, but she doesn't want to kiss him and she doesn't want to make out with him. I have a feeling production spoke to Martin and said you need to share a bed with Megan, because Megan is saying, must have complained that, being with Dejon is making her look like a fool, so she doesn't want to continue to look like a mug, because it came out of left field, the idea that they suddenly decided they wanted to swap bed partners. When they were doing their makeup, girls were talking of who they wanted to share beds with. She didn't say anything, and yet suddenly Martin is asking her. I have a feeling she said she didn't want to be a mug. She didn't want to, continue to sleep on her own and have Dejon be doing whatever nonsense he's up to. And so production looked for the guy who wasn't in a romantic coupling, and he's the one that they've put in her bed. That's the impression that I get. Anyway, all the islanders get ready for bed. And then Dejon is mad. He doesn't want to do anything that can upset Megan. This is why he's not kissing or exploring a connection with, Andrade outside of of any games or challenges. And yet suddenly, Andrade jumped into bed with Ben and they started making out. And you could see that Dejon was upset. And it's like, why are you upset? She's not your partner. You said you miss your Meg. You said you're being respectful to your Meg. So allow her to do what she wants that makes her happy. If that means making out with Ben, then so be it. I can't wait for the recoupling. Apparently there's a recoupling today. So good luck to whoever gets to stay in the villa, and sad for whoever goes. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 29. Bye guys.